Hello everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button so you will get updates. Let us now solve these problems. Two problems worth 12 marks. These are all about matrices. So for letter A, this is the same as x times matrix x times matrix A equals matrix B. Okay. So what we can do is to pause multiply this by inverse of A. So if we have inverse of A, this we post multiply this by inverse of A, and then we shall also post multiply the other side by inverse of A. Okay, remember, there is no commutative in multiplication. We cannot have this as uh, A inverse times X times A. They must be closer to each other in such that when we multiply these two, it will give us identity or 1. Okay, so identity times 1 or X times identity will simply give us X equal to B times the inverse of A. Now, first is to identify our inverse of A by hand, meaning to say we need to show our calculation. We will not be using calculator. Everything must be by hand. So to get the inverse of A, first we get the determinant of A, which is equal to 2 times negative 3 minus 0.5 times 4. This is equal to negative 6. I'm giving you already the final answer, but let's do this one by one. This is equal to negative 6, negative 2, that's equal to negative 8. And to get the inverse of A, you can use your formula booklet. It shows that we have to get the reciprocal of our determinant, which is negative 1/8. And then what we do here is to switch the main diagonal, negative 3 and 2, and then we get the inverse, the negative of the other diagonal. So negative 0.5 and negative 4. So to find x, we shall have our x is x, y, z, t. It's equal to our b. What's our b? 0, negative 1, 3, and 2. And then we multiply this by our A inverse, which is this. Negative 3, negative 0.5, negative 4, 2. Okay, since this is scalar, this is not a matrix. It's a scale, it's a factor. We can arrange it. Okay, this is the same as x, y, z, t equals, we can just change its position. Again, it's not a matrix, it's just a scale. Then 0, negative 1, 3, 2, negative 3, negative 0.5, 4, and 2. Okay, by the way, you can already, alternative for this is just simplify this. So you may also use 0, 3, negative 1, 2, and then multiply that by 3/8, and then 1/2 times 1/8 is 1/16, and then 4/8 is 1/2, and then 2 it's negative 1/4. You will be still getting the same result. You can test that later on, but I prefer mine to be this because for me it's kind of easier. So It's the same as negative 1/8. This is a 2 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 2, so that's possible, right? We will have an answer which is a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so let's do this. So we can multiply for our A sub 1, 1 entry, first row, first column. So 0 times negative 3 is 0. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. This is negative 4. Negative 3, 4, sorry, it must be the negative. Remember, it must be the negative of the diagonals, other diagonals. So it's going to be 0 plus 4. Okay, and you can simplify that as 4. For the next entry, it will be this first and the first row and second column. So that gives us 0 times negative 0.5 is 0. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Simplifying that is negative 2. And then for the next one, you can have the second and the first. Second row and first column. Negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So that gives us negative 17 when we add that. And then next we have uh, this and this. So that's 3 times negative 0.5 or negative 1 half is the same as negative 3 halves. 2 times 2 is 4, so plus 4. 4 is just like 8 over 2, no? So 8 halves minus 3 halves will give us 5 halves. So this is, let me rewrite this. This is negative 1/8 multiplied by matrix negative 4, negative 2, negative 17, and 5 halves. And this is equal to negative 1/8 times 4 is negative 1 half. And this is positive 1/4. And this is positive 17 over 8. And this is negative 5 over 16. This is our matrix, and this is equal to the matrix XYZT. Okay, so with their corresponding entry, X corresponds to A sub 1, 1. So our X equals negative 1 half. Our Y corresponds to A sub 1, 2, or first row, second column. So that's equal to 1/4. Our Z is the entry 2 sub 1, 2 sub 2, 1. So that's 17 over 18 over 8. And our T is our last entry, negative 5 over 16. So this is our final answer. This solved the problem letter A. You may as well try this and you'll see you'll be getting the same result. Now, enough for that. Let's find the answer for letter B. But please give me a minute, a second, 2 seconds, 5, 10 seconds to erase this. We'll have space for our answers. Okay, letter B is only marked 4 points. You know why? Because you can use your technology. You no need to show your computation as this. Okay, letter B. Okay, this is in the form of AX equals B. So what we need here is to pre-multiply our A such that we will have inverse of A times A x equals, again, pre-multiply b. So A inverse times B. If this is equal to identity, so we'll be left with x equals A inverse B. And I just follow. Our x is P, Q, R. And then we'll just get the inverse of A, 1, 2, 0, 0.7, 4, negative 2, 1, 1, 7, and B is negative 4, 11, and 0. You need, by the way, sorry, I missed something here. You shall get the inverse of this. So this is simply encoding, okay? Encoding the given data in your GDC or graphic display calculator, and in your case you're using TI Inspire calculator. So, and you know, this is very possible because there are students who switch this, which is impossible. Okay, when they switch this and still they get the answer correctly, you know, you won't be getting any mark for your correct answer because your method is wrong. You cannot show this is not commutative. You look at this. This is 3 by 3 and the other one is 3 by 1. So the inner terms must be the same. You know, you will be getting a 3 by 1 answer. But if you switch that, then you will have 3 by 1 and the other one is 3 by 3. You know, this is never possible. So even if you get the correct answers for PQR, but you did not show this step, you will be marked, your answer is marked wrong. Or you probably interchange the two. There is no way you can get PQR using that method. Your answer will still not be considered. So, okay, using your calculator, you will be getting this answer. PQR equals negative 16.9, 6.46, 1.49. Okay, that would mean your P equals negative 16.9. Letter Q is equal to 6.46 and R equals 1.49. Excuse me. This is our final answer. I think your calculator also display decimal, but I see some of you who answered in fraction. I think they give a little they extend a little effort on that. But it's 1370 over 81 for this one. And here it's 503 over 81. And this one is equal to 121 over 81. Okay, so stand by for problem number 2.